What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister,
It'll be D.
D. Yep, we definitely chose a name before this. My brother, Derek.
What's up, everybody?
And our friend, Dan.
What's going on?
And this week, we're going to be talking about 1985's Clue. Based off of the board game. It's free on YouTube for some reason.
YouTube has movies, apparently.
Yeah.
There's
No.
another movie on there called Perfect Score I've never seen.
Yeah. Perfect
Right,
Score.
not right.
With
Chris
Mariah.
Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Darius Miles, and
Darius
Darius
Miles.
Yeah,
Miles.
Darius Miles in it.
That
Wow.
right there tells you that it's not a movie
That's
you
not.
need
Yeah,
to watch.
that's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
I mean, it's saying cool. It's about them stealing the answers to the SATs.
Oh, I know what you're
That sounds like
talking
a
about.
movie I don't want to watch.
You don't need to steal the answer to the SAT. It's not
SATs
hard.
are easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on now.
I didn't
So,
go to college.
but first, I want to talk about a little bit of news, guys.
Right.
All right. So I saw this article. As you know, Disney Plus will be adding the Netflix Marvel series, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage.
Yes.
I'm excited for it so I can rewatch them.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, you can rewatch them on Netflix, but
No, they're gone.
they're gone.
Yeah.
Darn. Okay. So I read across this article, and apparently some kind of parents association or whatever is mad at Disney Plus for having mature content on it.
Because then they're no longer family friendly if you add those shows, which are, I mean, those shows are mature. Like,
They're
your
not
little
family
kid
friendly.
probably shouldn't watch it.
Yeah. So, like, the article literally was like, oh, for 98 years, Disney has been synonymous with family friendly and whatnot, and now they're But isn't this behind a parental thing? Like,
One, let's not be delusional about what kind of evil empire Disney is.
yeah, true. First of all, New Line Cinemas is Disney, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Disney has rated R movies. They just
I mean,
never came out.
they
out
have
with it.
Fox, so
Well, yeah, now they have Fox.
yeah, there that and like you were saying, like there's parental control. So if you don't want your kid watching it, you can prevent your kid from watching it.
It was weird. I could not find Turning Red on my daughter's profile name. But when I went to mine, I could find it. Like, I typed it in the search, the full name. It never came up.
Yeah.
When I went to mine, Turning Red came up.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
it's just like on your kid's control.
Is it rated G? It might be rated PG. You
It's
might have
PG.
a-
Yeah.
It might just because of the subject matter.
Yeah.
I figure that's probably
Maybe.
why.
Probably.
It
yeah.
is. It's
So that's what I'm saying. So it's just like your kid, if you have the things in place, your kid can't get to these shows.
Right.
right.
So it's just like, what's the uproar about it?
Yeah,
It's the same
like,
thing
what
with
are we
everything
mad
else.
at Disney
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
here? Because it's not like they're, like, throwing Daredevil at
right.
children. Like, hey, watch Daredevil. Like, it's not. And then, if you're a parent, you should be monitoring what your kids watch
If
anyway.
you're a parent, you should be parenting. Don't rely on everybody else to do the parenting and the blogging out for you. That's your job.
Right, yeah. Like basically, yeah, like do your job. And then I'm thinking like, depending on how young the kids are, like I cannot imagine a kid, your kid's age, seeing the thumbnail for Daredevil and be like, oh, I want to watch that.
No.
Like
My
I
kid
feel
would
like
straight up be like, I don't want to watch this.
Like, it looks too
because it's
boring.
dark and it's moody, it's not for
And
them.
even
And
with people, he does not want to watch. Like, live action is not his thing.
that's what I'm saying. Like your kid literally jumps like, let's watch this one. I'll be like, no, we're not watching that.
That is what he does.
Wow.
So like I just feel like this is a non-issue.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like they added parental controls to prevent your kids from stumbling onto something that they shouldn't see. You can control what your kid watches, and if you are doing your job as a parent, this is not a thing.
Right. I mean, I feel like they should have had it already anyway for some of the PG-13 movies. Like, hey, you know, I know it's PG-13 and people like to act like, oh, hey, that means it's fine for everyone. But no.
Not nowadays.
There's a
Not all of them.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, there is some like content that you don't want, your 5, 6, 7, 8.
It varies by movie.
Yeah. Varies by movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys had hit on, that's where the job of parenting comes in at.
Yeah, like, do you
Like
talk
you
to
just
your
don't
kid?
Yeah.
you just don't assume
Yeah,
That's
like,
something
oh,
that's
it's
gonna be
Disney,
okay.
so it's fine. Let's just leave them on Disney. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, you know, monitors what your kid watches. And don't get mad at the company because this is here. Like, do your job, and it's not on Disney. Monitor what your kids watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like why is it Disney's? First of all, it's not Disney's job to be family friendly. Like, yeah, they're known for making up cartoon stuff, but they've also have more mature content too.
Pirates of the
Pirates
Caribbean.
of-
That's what I was saying. Like,
Oh, yeah,
that's what I was thinking of.
If
Like,
you watch them movies, I
Yeah.
don't want none of my kids seeing none of that.
Right.
Not yet, but eventually, yeah, because I like the movies.
Yeah.
But not right
but
now.
I'm saying,
yeah.
like, that's not like. First of all, define family friendly. What works for your family might not work for another family.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'm in theaters and I'm like, I wouldn't have taken my 4-year-old to this, but there's a 4-year-old in the theater with me. Like,
like Batman.
not mine, but
I wouldn't have taken my kids to see Batman.
or
Right.
like the Dark Knight or the Batman.
Either the Batman, the Dark Knight, no, not even the Dark Knight Returns. I probably wouldn't have taken it.
No,
to see
no.
that.
I feel
It
like
was kind of rough.
I don't know if any of the Batman movies are family friendly.
No.
No.
Adam West,
wasn't terrible.
Adam
Yeah.
West, yes.
but then they got the weird scarecrow thing in there when they on the
that would've traumatized
horses.
my kids.
Oh, Batman
Especially when the
Begins.
Batman
Scarecrow? Oh, yeah.
Remember what Batman turned into when he sprayed?
Yeah.
that would have traumatized him already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
scary.
scared me a little bit. I was-
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that. But yeah, like I said, that's up to
Man,
the
you talk
parents.
about my kid when I showed him Aladdin and then the little lion thing came out, and you should have,
the
he
cave?
watched the movie, but you should have seen his face
about
with
the cave?
the
Yeah.
Cave of Wonders.
The Cave of
He's
Wonders.
like, oh god,
That was a
like
little scary for me as a kid. Like
It was odd.
It didn't.
It was
It
weird.
didn't like. I didn't have nightmares about it, but like first seeing it, I was just like,
I was
okay,
thinking about
this
it
is
for the rest of the
scary.
day. I was thinking about
Yeah,
it. for the rest of the day.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
It just-
Who disturbs my slumber?
Because I, the humble thief.
You guys are weird.
I remember, huh?
What?
That did not disturb me as a kid.
Well, I mean, okay, it's
it depends on how young you are. I mean, like it's a
a
big.
lion's not supposed to be there.
Look, I can name you like 2 movies that disturbed me as a kid.
Okay, go ahead.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yes.
that raptor scene. That
Yes.
raptor scene.
Jurassic Park? What, the first Raptor scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
No, with them in the kitchen.
Mine
With
Oh,
them in the
okay.
kitchen.
them in the
yeah.
kitchen and when they getting chased by the T-Rex when it's like must go faster. Must
What
go
about,
No, I
when he
enjoyed
ate
that scene.
the coward dude in the bathroom?
Oh,
that
I
was
that,
cool.
was
That-
fine.
that was cool.
Like
I
the
thought
now
that
the
was
lead
funny.
up to it was just like what's happening because you didn't see it yet.
Oh yeah. You just
But but the scene in the kitchen was scary for me, and then Twister because it could happen for real. And I feel just like after the
Twister
movies,
was
it's like
scary.
you got home and it's like the wind is blowing. You like looking at the
And, like,
street light, and
tree
I'm
branch
like,
hitting the house, and you're like, oh my god. The other day, my son was like, "It's storming. I don't want the house to collapse." And I'm like, first of all, it's just snowing. It's not storming. Second, our house has been standing for like 70 years. I don't think it's gonna collapse.
Like, it could be on its last legs.
Like,
I mean, you know, like, just go under there, you know, knock a couple of bricks out of the foundation.
I was like, I'm like, where did you get this from?
I don't know where that came from.
Anaconda was scary for me.
Anaconda was. The faculty was scary for me.
Oh, the faculty is
yeah.
weird. Yeah, the faculty is
That
weird.
was-
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah, that was with Usher, right?
It was on the
Yeah.
football team and everything. Like the aliens turned all the teachers.
Yeah, all the teachers were
Yeah.
aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, but so even so, like with Disney, like depending on how you want to raise your kid, like yeah, even though it's on Disney, even before we get to the mature content, you should look at what your kid's watching. Some of it has swearing. Maybe you don't want that in front of your 4-year-old. Like you know, whatever.
But isn't this similar to any other streaming service like Netflix? They have both ends of the spectrum.
Netflix
Yeah.
is just all mature.
You can get
That is true. I don't think
Like,
Netflix.
everything
do
on
that.
I feel like
Netflix is mature.
anything Netflix original is mature.
It's usually rated R. So it's like, are you just gonna let your kid create an account and view whatever they want?
But I'm saying that's the thing.
I
Like
do need to put
Netflix.
some parental control. He only goes to kids now, but I'm like, man, when he gets older, he could just go to. Well, I guess I'll know if he watched something on my profile, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you
It doesn't
would
matter
because
who
it's gonna
you
show up.
spoken to about it. Like, you mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, but like you said, like those Hulu, Netflix, and all, they have different profiles to kind of help you protect your kid. So why should Disney be any different?
Yeah.
Because first of all, Disney own this content. You really think that this $1 billion company is not going to profit off of content that they own and just leave it sitting somewhere else?
Yeah, or put it on Hulu where they're not going to get 100% of the profit.
But the thing is, like, when things are on Hulu, like, they had, like, 2 Marvel things on Hulu, the little monkey thing and something else. But it wasn't really promoted and advertised well. And I felt like if those shows were on Disney Plus, they would have gotten more recognition.
Yeah, and they're not going to do this. Where, first of all, these series are popular.
Yeah.
They're
So you're
not
not
gonna
going to
do that.
bury it on Hulu. A lot of people don't have Hulu.
Yeah.
And Hulu's, I think, is only in the U.S. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make their money.
Disney is a business. in case y'all
They're a
didn't realize that.
business. And then they gave you an option to make sure that your kid would not be stumbled by this. Like, I get, like, look, those shows, they're not for kids. They're really not.
Yes. No, my son should definitely not watch this.
They're really not. But I feel like the shows themselves.
Your son though, he definitely seen it Daredevil while he was a baby.
Look, okay. So there's a difference. No, there's a difference when they're a baby. Because it's funny. Like, his little sister, not now, but when she was younger, yeah, she watched stuff with us. Because she's a
had
baby.
no comprehension
She
or
doesn't
awareness of
understand
what's going on.
and don't care. But once they start, like,
Paying attention.
paying attention to stuff, like, yeah, like, now, no, I'm not watching anything above a cartoon with my daughter, you know, because, like, yeah, but no, as an infant, I don't think it matters. It's whatever.
You don't think.
Yeah.
Until she
remember that.
until she
Yeah,
beat somebody with a Cadillac door.
Yeah. But he has definitely watched season 1 of Daredevil with me.
Like, where'd you get that idea from? He's like, you know what? I don't know. It just came upon me all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, I wanted to hit somebody with a bowling ball. Gosh.
But yeah, people, give it a rest, okay?
I mean, like I feel like, are you complaining just to complain? Like, what's the deal here?
Let's
Like,
play
this is
about
not a
everything.
thing.
Yeah, just
Like, they were complaining about Turning Red, the new Pixar movie that's out on
Okay.
Disney Plus. So they were complaining about it. Like, some people were talking about that it was woke or whatever. I don't see how. I watched the movie yesterday with my kids.
Don't you know everything's woke? Don't you know?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Or cancel
Where did they
culture.
talk? Like, it had nothing to do with anything. It was just a story about a little girl, like, coming of age, basically. Like, you know, she hit puberty and she's finding herself, and she has a clash with her parents about it.
which happens to everybody.
I feel like that's a movie that, honestly, I'm surprised that movie hasn't been made sooner.
Yeah,
And I mean, and compared to most movies, they really eased you into that one. Because I mean, it's like there ain't nothing like blatant or rough or like, you know what I'm saying, like
But-
in your face about it. Like they really like eased you into it.
But in your face about puberty, something that all women, first of all people go through. In
people,
her,
yeah.
in her story, all women has to go through at some point in time.
yeah. And then people are like, "Oh, it's not relatable," and I'm like, "I relate, and I'm not a girl, and I still relate it to like the
It's
story."
not relatable.
Yeah.
First of all, does it have to be relatable? Do you relate to the Lion King? How many of you people have an evil brother that's trying to kill you?
People were talking about that, like, because, you know, we praise the Marvel movies and stuff. Is like, do we relate to Tony Stark? I mean, or maybe some personality stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I
But,
don't know. I'm not a billionaire, so
yeah,
no.
like, so, what do you mean? This movie's not
It's not relatable. Like, what are you talking about?
It's just something else for them to complain about. That's all.
Yeah.
Just something else.
Well, I don't know. I read something. There was complaints about the dancers at the Super Bowl about like there was like scantily clad, and I'm
It's
like,
the Super Bowl.
I'm like, were they though? I felt like they
Wait,
had on
hold
a
on.
lot of
Who was
clothes.
scantily clad?
I didn't
The
remember.
dancers,
I don't even
even
remember
remember the
dancing.
like they weren't.
But hold on.
They really weren't.
You're talking about
So-
the championship for football, right? The sport that has
Cheerleaders?
cheerleaders, yes,
Who are
yeah.
scantily clad on a
Who
regular
are
basis?
generally scantily clad.
all the time.
all the time
So I don't. What are they talking about?
for a reason too. It's like
I-
they don't do that just
Yeah,
because they think
exactly. Because if it wasn't about getting people to look at them, they'd be wearing hoodies and sweatpants.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean-
you can cheerlead in hoodies and sweatpants.
Because I'm still trying
That's
to
what they
figure out
practice
in a professional sport, why do you have cheerleaders?
for morale.
Like
I
you
don't
have to
know.
remind people, like, hey, This is your home team.
Cheer for
Cheer
them.
them on. Like you really gotta be reminded of that.
Right.
It's like it's a draw. It ain't
Yeah,
nothing but
and I'm
a
like,
draw.
right, and I'm like, the cheerleaders ain't pumping the team up.
Right. It's like
Let's
the
go
team's
team.
over there in the huddle. The cheerleaders out here, ain't nobody looking at cheerleaders. They getting the game plan together. So like, trust the cheerleaders ain't for that.
But it's just, I think it's people complain to complain because they
Yeah,
ain't got
especially-
nothing better to do with their
Yeah.
lives.
Especially nowadays. So
Yeah.
y'all kill that noise for real.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the stupidity that I saw. So, with that being said, let's get into our main topic, which is 1985's Clue, based on the popular board game.
Yeah.
One of our favorites. We've even played it. We should have played Clue.
We should have. Clue is my favorite board game.
Ah.
I'm not good at it, but okay, yeah. We probably should play. It's still fun.
We can still do that. I'm always down to play Clue.
All right. But okay, so of course we always start with a short kind of like thoughts on the movie, whether we liked it or not. I'm gonna say like I thought this was a fun movie. The second time I've seen it, but you know, watching it again, I'm like, wow, I remember none of this movie. I don't remember any of this movie at all, and it was a fun watch. Like watching it again.
Yeah, I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. I honestly liked it. Like I turned it on, and at first I didn't realize it was an old movie like that. I thought it was
Okay.
like a little bit more recent. So 1985. I'm like, this must not be the right one. So I kept scrolling. I'm like, no, that's the only one. Right. It's gotta be this one. But yeah, I started watching it, and like I stopped. I literally stopped what I was doing to like sit down and watch it. 'Cause I'm like, this is kind of like it wasn't like gripping. I ain't gonna say
Right.
but like it was entertaining and funny to watch. So I was like, I kind of just want to see how this plays out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a pure comedy. It's not like something with a compelling story. For lack of better words, it's not a compelling story.
It's not Knives Out.
I was
Right.
just gonna say that. I was like, it's not Knives Out.
It's not Knives Out. It could have been, but it is not. And I think like I'm fine with them going with the comedy route. Like you said, like this was my first time seeing it. And like I enjoyed it. Like earlier you guys said I didn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I
But
remember that.
there were parts in this movie where I did laugh out loud. Like I enjoyed watching it.
Nobody else was around.
Oh, so it didn't
So was it
happen?
really out loud?
Right.
If-
So is it like if a tree departed the forest?
If a deed laughs without anyone around, does she really laugh?
It didn't happen.
Trust this intake. but yeah, it was funny though. Like I
did
like,
laugh at
I was
parts.
cracking up. Man.
I did laugh at
Like,
parts. So yeah.
I'm like, did they really make this movie?
There was some jokes. I was just like, I think this movie was ahead of its time.
I feel like it was too. Like a little like, I don't know what I should call them. Should I call them sexual innuendos? Or-
Yeah, it was a bunch of sexual.
There was a lot of innuendos. There was some sexual harassment.
It was a lot of sexual
Yeah, so I was
harassment.
like,
I'm like, oh.
Well, 1980s.
Oh, I was just like, yeah, like we about to Me Too all over.
Well, I was surprised because it's like 1985, and I was like, wow, man, they're showing a lot for 1985.
like there was no effort to keep the dresses from
Yeah.
Oh, no.
feeling what was under the dresses.
No.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, every time they
Yeah.
failed, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
they just not going. Okay,
Yeah.
no camera angle change, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that interesting.
Yeah, I was a little taken away by that. I'm like, wow, really? This going?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, I
with,
didn't
the
think.
maid.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
kept throwing her in the camera. I mean, you know why?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they just kept.
I
throwing
mean,
her.
she definitely had on like the shortest,
yes, and then,
skippiest,
yeah.
Like, her
like
top was like just mad.
the the corsettiest of corsets
yeah.
was on her. I was like, I felt like they pushed all of her insides up into her bosom.
Like to make it even more so profound.
Yeah.
I'm like, they are really working this.
But no, the story was it was funny. It was just funny, and it was interesting how do you make the premise of why the board game Clue works? Like, why are all these people here, and why don't we know who killed Mr. Body and stuff? And it was interesting how they put that together.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of capturing elements. Like, I was interested in, like, how could you capture elements of this game into this movie? And I feel like they did a really good job of that. Even when they even got to the point where it's like they did like the game saying like it was Mr. Green in the lobby with the knife.
Yeah.
Like, they even threw that in there, and it didn't feel over the top or cheesy or nothing. And I was like, I was glad they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I thought it was funny when they started bringing out all the weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why? Why did he just give everybody guns?
I was just like, wait, why is she holding a rope?
Although I gotta say, I finally understood. Like, I always feel like, how would you kill somebody with this rope like this? Like, cause I'm thinking like you gotta like hang them or whatever. But how they showed it in the movie, I was like,
You
okay.
strangle
it
them.
over the
And
neck.
just strangle them like that.
Hold it tight,
Yeah, interesting. Learn something new. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Foot on their back and
Yep.
Mhm. Pull on up. Yeah, that was funny. It's like even though, because I mean, you know, they had the little dorky acting, you know, the actors. They had
Yeah.
acting like real dorky. And,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like, it
these
just
are
fit
the
with thing,
stupidest people. I'm like,
Yeah.
they are so
Oh, yes.
dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big time idiots.
yeah. There's a reason why they were all being blackmailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like it fit with the theme of the movie though. Like I mean, or the feel of the movie, I guess if you would say. Because like it was just real like dorky, especially Mr. Back to the Future.
Oh,
Christopher
yeah.
Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. I was like, oh snap.
He was Professor
Plum.
Plum,
Mhm.
who was a straight up perv in this movie.
Yeah, because he grabbed Miss Scarlett's butt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
when
at
they
the
were
beginning of the
at the
movie.
door.
At the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Well, apparently he was sleeping with his patients. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
He lost
that.
his license.
Yeah.
And then was he the one on the couch when they had the cook thrown over the couch and then like
Mhm.
the other dude and he didn't have anywhere to put his
And he
so
put her
was
hand.
like-
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
Like, no wonder this dude lost his life.
can we talk about that? Like they're all just touching murder weapons.
Yes.
yeah.
Like full on grabbing murder weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we moving bodies?
It makes no sense. It's like, let's just put them all in the lounge. Why are we
Yeah.
doing this?
That one scene, I forgot, it was towards the end of the movie, but they straight up like just dropped the body on the floor. It was just like, all right, just cook.
No, the cook was in like the beginning. I think the motorist.
Yeah.
Oh, the motorist,
Yeah.
because he got killed. And then they brought him in, they lock him in a room, and they let the cop in, they lock him in a room.
We're like, why do y'all
but they're
keep
like worried
locking
about
people
looking
in the room?
suspicious.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, you could have just not let them in. Which, I mean, I guess it made sense why it happened because it was all part of the plan. But, like, honestly, if I was in the group, I'm like, don't let him in here.
Right.
Like,
I'm like, look, y'all know what we got going.
we got 3 dead bodies in here.
Right.
Like,
If we let
no.
him in, we're probably gonna have to kill him too. So, it's like, just let him go ahead and go. I mean, but-
I like how after the 6th dead body, they were like, this is getting serious. I was like, it wasn't serious after the first one?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it was like after a certain point, I feel like they were just like, okay, here we go again. Because when the maid died and they looked in the room, nobody really reacted.
oh yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, yeah, like, another one.
Okay, 2 more murders. And like then they went to the door and the door
like,
was like
3 murders?
It was like it was just getting to the point that it was like, okay, we can't even react to it no more because it was just going on too much.
Yeah.
But,
I like the homage to the different rooms too, though.
mm-hmm. Wait, what was that?
The homage
The-
to the
They
different
pay
rooms.
homage to
Oh
the
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause like on the game, how they do the
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
the billiard room, we had the lounge, the conservatory,
They
the
had
kitchen.
all of them.
They had all
Yeah,
of them.
they had all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Ballroom.
when
They didn't do anything
when the
in the
dude was
ballroom,
like,
though. They
you know,
walked
I'm not
through it.
staying for
They
this,
walked
I'm
through
gonna
it, yeah.
leave.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran, and it was in the conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole movie was just funny though. Like I wasn't really expecting that kind of a movie. I
wasn't either.
like an old school mystery. Whatever,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, like
it to be
a
that
Perry Mason Columbo.
good. Yeah, something like
Perry
that.
Mason.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
Is Perry Mason a mystery?
it is?
I thought he was a lawyer.
He is a lawyer. But I think it is like a mystery in the beginning.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think I've actually ever seen Perry
Murder, She
Mason.
Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
I was gonna say something like that. Like trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
Are you just saying things now?
Murder, She Wrote was a mystery.
Yeah, 'cause I just figured it was gonna be like, just trying to figure out a murder and it's gonna be all serious and that and other. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to.
As
be
for
like,
movies based on board
Light.
games, I said they did a pretty good job.
I think they did a really good job to capture the essence of the game and still make a good movie out of it. I mean, it's definitely better than Battleship.
I was thinking that. I was like, "Oof, Battleship."
Yeah.
How do you look at Battleship and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a movie out of this? Like,
Wouldn't it just be-
because it's a mystery?
Yeah. But wouldn't Battleship just be every war movie ever?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it just be like Crimson
but no,
Tide
it's
or
gotta be a
something?
naval war.
Yeah.
Okay. So, has there been other board game movies?
Sorry,
that game?
Was that a movie?
I don't know. I just made something up.
Like what? Trouble?
I don't know.
Hungry
Monopoly.
hippos?
That's real life. We don't need a board game, a movie off of that.
No, life is life is life.
Life is life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which my son always wants to play, and I'm like, I don't want to play.
Life, know what sucks about life? It requires no skill because you're just spinning the thing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So it's just
I do
chance.
like life though.
But it's just pure chance though.
It is.
So whether you lose or win or lose is not depending on anything you
it's
do.
a spin. How good can you spin this thing?
Yeah. So yeah, like your actions doesn't matter. So what's the point?
Well, it's kind of like Don't Wake Daddy. It's the same way.
Yeah. Keep
Oh, did they still make that game?
Yeah, I got it.
You know, watching this movie made me think of 13 Dead End Drive.
Yes, they should make a movie out of that.
Yes.
I want to find that board game. I've been trying to find it. I can't.
Yeah, I can't either.
It's such a good game.
What's it called?
13 Dead End Drive. So it's similar to Clue. So basically, some old lady dies and she like leaves her money in the house, and so people are like trying to like basically kill all the other people off so that they can get the money. But there's like a cop coming, and if the cop gets to the door before you find the money, everyone loses.
You all lose, yeah.
But you have to you do have to kill people off. It's like a 3D board game, so like you can like drop a chandelier on somebody,
Like,
throw them in the fireplace.
You put them up on the bookshelf, and then you press the button, and then they like fall off the ladder. And you get...
Put them on the bookshelf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because don't you move other people's?
You can move other people's.
characters.
You move other people's pawns.
You're not a set character. Like
Yeah.
you pick a character that you are, but you can move any of the characters on
to try to get rid of them.
to try.
Wasn't
to
it where if they landed on their if it landed upright, they didn't die?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So you put them on the stairs, and then they can fall down the stairs, but they survive. Dope.
Dude, man, that was the game. I gotta
Yeah.
get
So the
some
thing
13
is,
Dead End
is like
Drive.
you basically had to be like the last person standing,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah, to get the money.
because you constantly had to switch the card that was in the
In the picture frame.
picture
Yeah,
frame.
I guess that's
And it was
who-
like if your picture was up in the picture frame, you would have to try to get your character out the house before it changed.
Yeah, because that means you were the beneficiary, and then
Yeah.
that's when everybody else is trying
They'll
to
try
kill
to
you.
kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of opposite of Clue because you're trying to kill people
Yeah.
rather than find
It is like
them.
opposite Clue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
opposite Clue.
I might have to look at that.
I
13
can't find
Dead
it.
End
They don't make
Drive.
it anymore.
You got to find it on like eBay or something.
Yeah,
It's not
and
a
then you gotta
source.
find it with all the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in my grandmother's basement. Who knows?
So, did this opening music to you guys sound like music from The Sims?
It reminded me
Yeah.
of the Clue video game we had on. I know it wasn't the same, but it reminded me of the Clue video game we had on Sega Genesis.
No, that was not the same
that-
music.
It
I
wasn't
know.
the
I
same.
said it wasn't the same, but like I don't know. The feel reminded me of it.
Oh, okay.
I still remember that Genesis.
For me-
game.
for me-
It's like, wait, it wasn't Mr. Green. I'm sure of it.
We used to play that all the time.
Yo, I still got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on the computer.
Oh, I'm gonna say you guys still got it for the second.
Man,
We
I
should play
wish I
Clue.
still
Oh,
had
we
my
should
Sega.
play instead of playing New Clue. We should play Sega Genesis Clue.
Oh, I got it. We can fire it up.
Although New Clue comes with the little sketch cards for you to.
Oh, it does make the
Yeah.
cards easier.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to market myself.
Yeah. I gotta say, playing Digital Clue finally taught me how to properly use the little sketch pad that
Oh
they
yeah, I
give you.
definitely use those
definitely-
wrong
I was
all
the-
the time.
Been using it wrong my entire life.
Entire life.
Finally figured it out.
I'm sure I was using it wrong too. I said I'm not good at it.
So what I did like was how this had multiple endings, and I'm like, we don't get this anymore.
No.
You know, there's usually like, oh, there was an alternate ending, but they chose to go a different route. But like, no, like something where people got different endings to the movie.
I thought that was a fantastic idea. And honestly, when I said like this movie was ahead of its time, the audience didn't like the fact that it had different endings. Like, I felt like if you did that today, like, imagine if Knives Out had an ending where Martha actually was the killer.
Yeah.
But that's not the movie we saw.
Imagine the conversations.
Like how dope is that? And like the thing, like that the audience didn't like it. You guys were crazy in the 80s. Like, just absolutely insane.
I don't understand the issue.
Like,
I mean, even with recent, with the
Yeah.
Batman. What if the Batman had 3 different endings? Like,
that'd be great because,
yeah.
right? Because I like watching this movie when they show you the first one. I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's not how I figured it out, but all right. But then it's like, but this is how it could have happened, and I was like, oh snap!
So what do we
Alright,
have?
let's
We
go.
have Scarlet,
It was Scarlet and then Peacock
Peacock,
and then all of
everybody.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic because I felt like that was kind of like how the game is, where it's basically anyone could have been the killer. And I don't know, it just kind of added to the mystery. Even though I don't think it really made sense, but you know, whatever. Yeah.
It's a goofy movie. I like it, so.
And I did like even though there were name of the characters, they weren't necessarily like the exact color.
I kind of wanted them to
I
wear
wanted
their colors.
to wear their colors. It got
I thought it was-
confusing.
It was confusing.
Scarlet needs to wear red.
Yeah, they needed to wear their colors.
Why was it confusing?
Even just a little hint. Because outside of Peacock, no one else really stood out from each other.
And mustard.
So like, yeah, like Green and Plum because he was a perv. But besides, like once I realized Plum was a perv, I was just like, which one is Mr. Green? Because like looking at him, would you have known he was Mr. Green?
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
So yeah, I
Once
mean,
they said who their name was, I was
I mean, at least give
as the
him
movie
like
goes on, I know
a
who
green,
too, but
you know.
in the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, like give him a green pocket square or something.
Okay. Why did Peacock look like she was wearing a bird's nest?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Did it keep falling off?
yeah.
It was started up here, then went to the
Yeah,
side.
she got like more deranged as the movie got on. I'm like, she's clearly high.
She was looking real raggedy.
She was annoying.
Yes, she was.
She was looking like mad raggedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. Was it the movie? It was just.
I was just thinking about like in the beginning of the movie when they was eating the soup. I was just like, why was the first 2 people sipping it so loud? Because it was like, because people would stop and looked at them. It was just like, and then the next person sipped it louder than the first person. I was like, it made me question. I'm like, wait, do I sip this soup?
Maybe all the contents out of it, and then I'm just left with the soup.
Yeah.
Or the soupiness, or what makes it a soup.
The soupiness that makes it a soup.
Broth.
Yeah.
Is that what makes it a soup?
The soupiness.
Yeah, otherwise it's just noodles.
In a bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
there's
Yeah.
that debate if cereal's a soup.
It's like ramen noodles. If you take all the water out, it's just noodles.
Yeah.
If you leave the water in there, it's soup.
It is
Basically.
technically soup.
It is.
But I do like a little less broth in the ramen noodles than.
Yeah.
I like a lot less. I put a lot of other things in my ramen noodles, so the water.
Well, yeah, man, you gotta throw
Really
some
helps.
chicken and some egg in there, man. Yeah,
Green peppers.
yeah man.
And y'all still like using a little package?
Yeah,
No,
you just
I
add
don't
stuff to
I don't
it.
use the package, actually. So I be putting so much else.
No, not the flavor package, but like you buy the little package?
Yeah, yeah.
Can't you just buy regular ramen?
Who does that? Who does? Do I look like?
All right. Excuse me.
No, I buy Top Ramen. Is it Top Ramen? No, Manchurian.
Maturin.
Manchurian.
Yeah, Maturin.
Because those packs, they're like 50 cents a pack.
And there's a lot of noodles in there.
A
Especially if
whole
you go
lot.
to like BJ's or Costco.
It's
you get a
surprising
lot of
how
noodles
many
for like $2.
calories is in that. It's like 400 calories.
It's the seasoning package that added in all those calories, I think.
No, I think it's the- no, I think it's the noodles. The noodles
I think it was
is
like
some calories.
950 calories after I put everything in it. So
First of all,
What are you putting in there, bro?
I put
900?
It was like 950 calories. Every
What kind
why are you guys buying ramen?
Why Why not?
Sometimes you need an easy meal.
Yeah, easy, quick meal
What you talking about?
that you can prepare.
Except
Man,
for mine is
buy
a
ramen and
900
chop up
calories.
some chicken and put it in there.
Yeah, some chicken you throw in there, and you put all your vegetables in there, and then I like cheese. So
Wait, you
I
put
a little-
cheese in your ramen?
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What kind of cheese?
It's like an Italian pasta.
What? No, it's not.
Are you using Parmesan?
It's like a
First of all, no. Ramen in an Italian pasta? No.
No, this is not spaghetti.
You make it into a pasta.
He's making spaghetti with ramen.
Then just make spaghetti.
It's not fast.
I mean, spaghetti
What
takes
do
a
you
good
mean?
45 minutes. I give you that, but still.
Fast. I need a quick meal. That my kid
Yeah,
will
but
actually
why?
This dude makes spaghetti out of top
Yeah,
ramen.
your onions in there, your green peppers. You know what I'm saying? Then you get them little. Well, I get the frozen meatballs because my kids like the frozen meatballs. So you get the frozen meatballs. Little meat sauce,
That's not
throw that in
even.
there.
What are you doing? Literally, you could just make quick spaghetti.
Now I know why he doesn't use the flavor packet.
Can't throw chicken in my spaghetti.
Because he.
First of all,
because
you
he's-
can put chicken in spaghetti.
Yeah.
this chicken
Nah, not
spaghetti.
with the meatballs.
Ew, no, not
Wait, no,
together.
how we
Why
can
would you?
both- It's
you
one.
gotta eat one or
Why
the
are you
other.
mixing both?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't put chicken in spaghetti.
Okay, so we're not talking about the same thing. I was talking about ramen. He's not, I don't know where he's making. He's using the ramen noodles, but it's not
Yeah, the
ramen.
ramen noodles are always the base. you just build
You
around
could
it.
just make noodles.
Just random noodles.
It takes
took-
7 minutes.
Yeah, you can
7
just buy,
minutes.
You,
Just-
4 extra minutes.
you can just buy regular noodles and do the exact same thing you're doing.
But ramen is way cheaper.
No, it's
It's
not.
$1 a
It's
box.
like a box of spaghetti is like $1.
Yeah, but you get the ramen
And you get more noodles in that box.
40 something packages of ramen for like $2.99 at BJ's. Like, yup. Like, no brainer.
Oh my god.
My kids eat that way more than they eat.
All right, we
spaghetti.
found out Dan makes spaghetti with ramen noodles.
That's
Okay, when I legitimately
well, you do what now? Huh?
what'd you say? When I legitimately make spaghetti, then yeah, I use regular noodles. But like,
I would hope.
if I need like a quick meal to like just throw
I've
out-
never made anything out of ramen noodles, but
Ramen. That reminds me. I think I'm gonna make spaghetti tomorrow. I don't even like spaghetti, but I got some tomato sauce I need to get rid of.
You just what, making it to give away?
No, I'm gonna eat it. I just knowing I'm not gonna like it, but I need to get rid of this tomato sauce.
All right.
It just reminded me that I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna make spaghetti tomorrow.
Well, if you throw in some spicy Italian sausage,
I have that. It's been in my freezer, so I got spicy Italian sausage I need to get rid of, and some spaghetti sauce I need to get rid of. So therefore, I'm making spaghetti.
Okay, all right. Throw all that in there. Woo.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I know how to make it. I just don't like it.
Spicy Italian sausage works good in lasagna too. Chop it up and put it in your.
I don't have lasagna noodles. I do got ricotta though. Hold on, let me rethink this strategy.
You can make like a baked ziti with it. With the,
okay. Well,
Oh,
Back to Clue.
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Why we talking about dinner recipes?
Well, I like pasta.
anyhow, did you have any interesting movie facts?
I did.
Random movie facts.
So, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from the Star Wars movie, was originally cast as Miss Scarlet. But they had to go in a separate direction and went with that person who apparently is somebody that I don't know.
Nope, don't know her.
Don't know. Outside of the guy from what's the name of that movie?
Back to the Future.
Yes.
But I feel like Miss Scarlet should have been tall, because wasn't she kind of tall in here?
Yeah.
Is Carrie Fisher tall?
I don't
not
know.
tall.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I honestly don't know what she's done besides Star Wars.
I don't know either.
Nothing.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So,
I mean, make a lot of money with Star Wars, so she
True
doesn't
enough.
do anything else.
I didn't need much else.
are you okay over there?
I got the hiccups, okay, man? Leave me alone.
You want some water?
I'll be okay.
Okay. So
Hiccups again.
while this movie now has a cult following, it did not make a lot of money at the box office.
I can
I
see
mean, I
that.
can see it not making
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
It made about $14.5 million on a $15 million budget.
Ooh, you break it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it made a little bit more money on VHS sales and whatnot, but yeah, people did not like this movie.
Maybe it was the times.
It was just like, I just think the 80s wasn't ready for it. This is the first movie based on a board game. And I think a lot of people was like, why would you ever do that? But I'm thinking, like, if you're going to make a movie off a board game, Clue is a good movie, board game to choose. Yeah.
What other board game? What are you going to do? Checkers? I mean, come on.
Yeah. So yeah, so as we said, there were 3 different endings shot. Each movie theater got a different ending. But the audience hated that. Audience are wrong. That was a great idea. I think it was fantastic. Yes. Yeah, so we did bring out how, like, me and Darren thought the characters should have wore a little bit of their colors, especially in the beginning. But their cars were their color. So each person arrived in the color of their character.
Nighttime.
Exactly. Like, I didn't notice that. The internet had to tell me that because I didn't notice it.
All the cars were
Professor
black.
Plum's car was purple.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
only-
I
That's the
noticed
only
Peacock's
car-
was blue.
That's the only
That was
car I
it.
recognized the color. That
Yeah.
I, like, paid attention.
But I'm like, yo, you
would
couldn't
have to
have
go
put
back
them
and
in
watch
a
I didn't pay any attention.
First of all, Scarlett should be wearing a red dress.
Yeah, that's what
I mean,
she's always
That would have
wearing.
been easy to do, so I feel like
Yeah.
everybody should do
Yeah.
it.
Like,
She's
come on
wearing a
now.
blue dress.
Yeah. Like, why?
Like a teal.
Who was wearing black?
White.
The,
Miss White.
yeah, with that wig. That black-
right.
Yeah. Okay. So the rooms are in their correct order as the board game. I definitely checked.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I did. I definitely pulled out the game. Like, hold up. It is correct. The secret passageways are also
Would that
correct.
have been a nitpick if they weren't?
Oh, it would have been. Trust me, I paused and grabbed the board game out the closet. Like, hold up. So, when they paired off to search the house, they were paired off in the order that you played them in the game. Miss Scarlet is always first, and then you go in the order clockwise around the game. That is how they were paired off.
Right. Because
So-
I believe Professor Plum is always last.
Yes,
Except for there was an extra person who got the butler.
the butler was extra. Yeah, I forgot who he was with.
Miss
So
White.
Miss White, yeah.
So who did we leave by themselves then?
no one ended up by themselves.
Yeah.
There's 6.
At least in the movie.
There were 6 people,
Yeah, so 3 groups.
so it was.
Oh
3
wait.
groups.
Oh, but you had the maid too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
right. Okay. So they was like, the cops are arriving in 39 minutes. It took them 45 minutes to show up. So timing is not so bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. I watch out for things like that. Okay. So there is an ending. So the third ending, Wadsworth is the, no, wait. Is it the third ending? Yeah. Wadsworth is the killing.
Yeah, he was actually Mr. Body.
Yes. So in the original ending, he tells everyone he kills everyone, and then he leaves the house to escape, and he gets killed by the dogs that are outside. So anyways, they was like, yeah, that's too dark, and they cut it from the movie.
I mean, there's 6 murders that happened in that story.
I guess a
Funny
guy
murders.
getting mauled by dogs
6
or
funny murders.
right.
Got his head bashed in with a monkey wrench. Or a pipe wrench.
Right. And so then they also changed the second ending where Miss
Wait, what? Say again. I beg your pardon.
the second ending where Miss Peacock was the killer. Originally, she was going to be shot by the chief of police who had showed up. And so he shoots her once. She falls to the ground, and then he shoots her again as she's on the ground, because why not? So then it's like, yeah, no, that's messed up. And they took that out the movie and had her.
Is that messed up?
It is. And they had her
Police can't
be,
shoot people. That's not acceptable.
they had her be arrested instead. And then originally they had shot an ending where every single character was a killer.
Well, that was the third one, right?
No. A different ending where one character was the killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then
How
it's
come we
like,
didn't get all that?
because it make the movie way too long, and it's like, okay, no.
Well, just give us 6 different.
Yeah, it was only
It
an
was
hour.
only an hour and a half.
Well, they felt like 2 hours was too long.
I guess in that time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we got 3 hour movies. So,
Yeah, that movie would have been 3 hours today.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that was it for my random movie fest. I do have a few nitpicks.
Okay.
We talked about some of them, but there's this one that I was thinking about, like, yo, how come we don't even do this in the game?
Pick some nicks.
Pick some nits.
You could tell how Mr. Body died by looking at his body. Right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if there's stab wounds, it was the knife.
Right. That's what I was saying. I'm like, Tom Roberts.
Well, they did roll out the revolver because
Because
there
it was
was
no
no bullet.
Because there was no, yeah, which was weird. Because they're like, which made me think like, yo, hold up, this game doesn't make any sense.
Then the game doesn't make any sense.
Because they're looking at this body, it's like, there's no stab wounds. So like, all right, it wasn't a knife. He didn't get shot. So then how did he die? Obviously because he was faking his death. But yeah, so I was just like, yeah, that don't make no sense. Okay.
Also, how did Professor Plum not know that he wasn't dead?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
If he's faking his death, he can't fake not having a pulse.
Right. Like, is he, like, there's like, and because it's like, how did he die? He's like, oh, he's definitely dead. Is he breathing?
Right. Was the doctor just incompetent? Or were we supposed to think that?
Maybe he's
He-
not really a doctor.
He's not a medical doctor, though,
does
right?
it to fill
I
up
don't
a
think
bit.
he was a medical.
I'm not a medical doctor, and I can probably tell if someone's breathing or have a pulse.
I think so.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay, so why didn't at any point did these people leave this house?
Because the door was locked.
It was raining.
And the dogs were outside.
It wanted to be wet.
But how many? 3 different people came to the door without the dogs harassing them. So the dogs were.
Once it started raining, the dogs went back into the dog house.
Yeah.
Both of them
And you gonna tell me that big old house only got one door?
Do that.
That house got like
Well, when
9
the dude
exits.
was trying to leave and bust the window through the conservatory. It was dogs outside.
Okay, that was the beginning of the movie. After that, 3 different people showed up to their house without getting attacked by those dogs. And then the dogs can't be everywhere.
Throw some meat out the back window.
Right. And then also, do you respond to a mysterious letter that shows you to show up to this house to meet somebody you don't know?
No.
Nope.
I was just like, why are we all showing up to this party like this?
Yeah.
Like, I got this
Nobody
weird.
knows each other.
Yeah.
And no one knows the host.
Like,
The old girl's car broke down and she hopped in the car with the other guy.
a
and just
ride with-
went to the same
Yeah.
party, left her lights on, left the hood up. I guess it just was like, forget it. I'm buying another car. I assume.
Alright.
She just left it there.
I'm
And
like,
now that since it was Professor Plum, we know like why he picked her up.
yeah, no, this is definitely the beginning of Law and Order.
Dum, dum.
Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, she's like, can you give me a ride? Opening credits. Like, you know you're going to find her dead in the alley.
Bow, 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 bow.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we're gonna find everybody somewhere in the ditch or
like,
something.
like, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's going to be
Someone
like,
jogging in the park is
I was
definitely
like, say, like, a
behind.
quiet couple taking a midnight stroll.
Yeah.
Like, is that blood? Yes, Susan, it is.
Are you okay? Oh my god! Opening credits. You get iced tea with his old little spill. Yeah, man, we got somebody over in the park that, you know, buddy was all messed up, yo.
You mean to tell me no?
Oh, yeah. That skit was so funny. You mean to tell me?
I don't want to get copyright. No. We'll do it off
Change the word a little
podcast.
bit. Just change the word a little bit.
Okay.
There we go.
So just one more. I don't think these murders work out how they say they do.
No.
I think in some instances, like, there's no way you could get across the house in time with one without,
The secret passage.
even without, you would have to run into at least one other character.
Yeah. And then they kept saying like somebody was missing from his room, and I'm like, who?
Yeah, like they were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, creative, but it would have been better if actually it was realistic.
I want a modern day clue.
So apparently there was like someone was planning to revive it back in 2016. I don't know where they're headed with it, but it has been on the table for a while.
Okay, I guess we'll get it eventually.
I mean, it'll be interesting.
Watch it be a horror movie.
Rated R.
Clue.
And the words come up on the screen and they're bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Who killed Mr. Body?
I can see that. It just fits. It just fits with the times.
Yeah.
All right, so are we gonna rate it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I would rate it. I would pay for that. If it was 1985, I would pay to see this.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I was on the fence between that and Watch My Phone and Close, but I think it's definitely like it's a good movie. Like you should watch it.
Away, so I can't say that I will watch while folding clothes.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it, and like I like the fact that it's only 90 minutes long, so it's like it's quick and it's a good movie. So yeah, I'll pay for that.
It was quick.
Yeah,
My only issue was the YouTube ads. Very wrong place.
and yes, and all the wrong. Like really, like why couldn't we get it at scene breaks?
Yeah, like right in the middle of every sentence.
Just,
Like, well, I will tell you, like, it's like, come on, man. And then when it comes back, it like rewinds a second or a
right?
second.
Yeah,
because they know they cut
Because
in the
they
middle
know
of your
they- yeah.
scene.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. So yeah, that was irritating. But
Besides that,
besides that, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I'll find some more old movies we watch. That might be good.
oh, I got one. Psycho.
We're waiting for.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you said
We're
it.
waiting for you.
Oh, my bad.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, everyone, let us know what you thought of Clue. Oh my lord.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, of course. Let us know what you thought about Clue if you've seen it. I can't do that. Outro. Someone else do the outro.
So let us know what you thought about Clue, and hit like, subscribe.
What? Oh my god. No. Okay. I'm gonna do it. All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So that would do it. That would be it for 3D's Rivals Podcast. Check us out on Buzzsprout, YouTube, or whatever you get your podcast from. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and hit us with the comments on how you like the movie Clue, whether you've seen it or not, or whether or not you will see it after this podcast. Until next time, everyone, peace out.